Hello everybody, I hope you're all doing well. I just thought I'd come on and say hi. Sitting here in my sundress. Hello Tracy, how are you doing? Oh, hanging in there. Hi Dean. Feeling sore today. My body's really sore. So I'm glad you're well. I'm feeling pretty beautiful. I feel like I've turned a corner emotionally and energetically, which feels really nice. I'm just setting up the chat so I can see it all properly. So, yeah. It's nice, right? It's good. Right? It's been a minute. Let me tell you, it's been a minute, that's for sure. My eye is itchy. My hair is doing all kinds of its own fuckery today. So I've been having this. I was talking to one of my students about laying new pipes, and she was saying that I should do courses on this whole thing I'm talking about. I'll explain laying new pipes in a minute, but it's like we tend to do the same thing that we've always done in circumstances, and what do they say is the definition of insanity? Keep doing what you've always done, you'll get the same result. And we all want different results, it seems, but we tend to keep doing what we've always done. So it's not about past energies that we go through. I think we've been in a time frame where everybody wants to go through their shadow work and deal in shadow side and pick it apart and decide why they're the way they are, and what energetic energy is it that I need to deal with, what is it I need to heal. But the reality of the scenario, and this is something Abraham Hicks teaches, is that you can just simply lay new pipes. It reminds me a lot about what Jesus taught as well, about being born again simply by the decision to be. So laying new pipes, here we go. Let's start with this story. We have a house. We've built a beautiful, beautiful home, let's say. And maybe it's only 2 years old, but there's something wrong with the piping that goes to the house. And the contractor comes in and says, okay, so what we have to do is dig up all of the old piping. We have to dig it all up. We have to figure out where it went wrong, what the issue is, where the clogs are, where it's leaking so that it doesn't leak into the rest of our soil around and all this sort of stuff. So that's something that the contractor wants us to do, but that is going to cost like upwards of $80,000. Could you imagine a contractor coming and telling you that in order to dig up all the pipes that you've laid for this house that's only say 2 or 3 years old, okay, that you have to go back and figure out everything that's in there? Well, shouldn't it be okay? Shouldn't the piping be fine? I mean, we can sit there and say, well, it sounds to me like that's a personal problem. It's a new place and it should be on the person who laid the pipes, right? But here's the thing. If we take that metaphor and energetically take it to our own lives, and I think this is what people have been doing, is taking that the whole energetic clog with doing shadow work and all of that sort of thing. And they've really been trying to figure out where their pipes energetically are clogged. They've really been trying to figure out where it's broken, where something seeps into the ground. They're really spending a lot of effort and energy working through shadow side issues. But someone who has some brilliance might very well say to the contractor, how much does it cost to just cut the pipes off where they're at, just leave them in the ground, and lay new pipes to the house? And he says, well, gosh, I never thought of that. That'd be a lot cheaper. He said it'd be about maybe $15,000 instead of $80,000, you see. Energetically, how much are you willing to spend energetically on the past and figuring out past issues? Maybe it's time just to decide that we can lay new pipes, you see? And it's going to cost us a lot less to do so. So Sarah says to me, well, Halo, she says, what do you do to lay new pipes? How do you do that? It's simply in the deciding that the pipes are new and they're laid. Plain and simple. It's the fact that they are there. But there are people who like processes. There are people that like to work their way through things. So spiritually, not forgetting, but putting the shadow side aside, putting all of that work aside, putting all of that energetic stuff that we want to dig into aside and saying, you know what? What if I just took life anew and decided to lay new energetic pipes for who I am now? The things you have been through in this life, you are not the sum total of the things you have been through. You are not. Your soul was perfect and beautiful as you arrived here. Your soul is perfect and beautiful as you sit here now. It doesn't matter if you're in pain. It doesn't matter if you're in sadness. It doesn't matter if you've been through a lot and you feel like you're hurting. It doesn't matter. The point is, you can be new in the moment that you decide to be new. You can lay new pipes for your life in the moment that you decide to do so. So how do we lay the new pipe work? It's not even, is it a matter of laying the new pipe work, or is it a matter of honoring the fact that the new pipes have already been laid? So if you were beautiful when you were born here, and you're beautiful here now in spirit and in source and in who you are, if you are all of those things, then I guess the question remains, why is it that we're spending so much time and getting stuck in so much shadow past work? Why? People want to understand how they got to where they are and why they're where they are. But I guess the reality of the scenario is, in laying new pipes for your circumstance or your situation, or deciding who it is you are, perhaps you can, flow freely and allow yourself to not be stuck energetically, to not be stuck in that plumber energy of trying to unflow all of the things that have kept you stuck thus far. Perhaps it's about taking all that you are and from this point moving forward and saying, okay, from this point, I know that the past is the past. I know that everything has happened the way it's happened in order to create a beautiful me and who I am and who I want to move forward in this world as. As you do that, as it resonates more with you, it's not so much about looking at the past, although we enjoy looking at the past because it's that thing that we can hold on to. It's the stuff that's already happened up till now. It's time to really get busy and be very creative about how you move forward and what you put yourself forward as. That's what I'm trying to get across here. I'm not sure if I'm saying it all properly or if it's going to resonate with everybody, but it's so important for you all to understand that it's not about digging through everything that has happened and everything has been. It's about understanding that you have the ability to move forward and create the new. Just as you are, because you as you are beautiful. You are not tainted. You are not held back. You are not anything. You have the freedom and the will and the desire to become who it is you desire to become in this moment and the next moment and the next moment and the next moment. There's nothing about the past per se that needs to be ciphered through. That's my message that I'm coming across with you today. It's like a time for rebirth. It's time to rise from the ashes of the past and understand that this you that was perfect when you were born here is still perfect in spirit as you are. And taking yourself, moving forward, and being who you are, being that beautiful, beautiful soul the divine has brought here. It's like, it's now ever more so important than it has ever been. I'm going to take a short break and I'll be right back, okay? Oh, I was just feeling a little bit chill to put a sweater on. It is spring, but it's still a cool spring at this point. I don't know if we have anybody in the room. Is there anybody in the room right now? Go ahead and say hi. Tracy has said hello. Dean has said hello. Let's pull a postcard from Spirit. Dearest you, this one, again, it's the same one as last time. I'm going to put it back and shuffle again. It's about being very flexible. A rigid tree branch breaks, but it's talking about flowing with what the divine has on the go and not putting pressure on yourself or anyone else to be something different than you are right now in the moment. Dear you, check in occasionally with yourself about your motives behind actions you plan on taking, especially when you have an end game in mind. Is the source of your motivation desire or entitlement? Maybe you're drawn to a certain path because you think it will bring you a feeling related to the outcome you seek, like safety or wholeness. Know that you will see a reflection in the outer world of the motive that drives you forward. Do you need a motive? Can you simply be pulled in the direction your soul calls you toward joy, discovery, growth, or adventure, participating in something compelling and meaningful, without trying to define it? If you can step forward, surrendered to whatever Spirit has in store for you, you will be amazed at how things turn out. Check your motives, then hand them over to Spirit. Everybody here wants the best for you. Life loves you more than you know. The next one. Dearest you, sometimes you just feel like no one understands you, you're not heard, or even that you don't count. This, my dear, is a terrible illusion. And although your feelings tell you that abandonment is real, well, we who love you know better. You are never alone, and even when rejection happens, you are ultimately being protected so better things can replace what wouldn't have worked in the first place. Everyone on this side of the veil is watching over you and rooting for your ultimate success. Life loves you, we love you, and you are a unique spark of the divine and always connected to the light and to source. You are always in our care. Trust and keep the faith. Love you always and forever. There's kind of like a stagnant energy. I don't know if you're all feeling that. There could be some massive changes. Some are feeling. There could be some, it's like a pause. It's like an energetic pause people are feeling. Not sure necessarily which direction to take, which direction to go. Not sure what is going to feel safest. Not sure what safety actually even means at this point anymore. Some feel that way. That's what I've been hearing. There's so much power. It's like this pause. Yeah, this is beautiful. I didn't even shuffle these cards, but there were 3 upwards. This pause in action, it's finding the power in purpose. Is there purpose in just allowing, or is there purpose in breathing in the moment? We all are here for such a short time. It's such a short breath in the moment of our lives, in the moment of an existence, other than being just human, that we are all here. It's so important to understand the power of purpose. having a purpose brings people power that is unmeasurable. The power that purpose brings. What is everybody's divine mission here in this world? I believe is to be love, to show kindness, care, and compassion, to experience life to its fullest in whatever form that is for you. But what is your life purpose is in the moment how you choose to show that love. You see, it's so much deeper than just looking for well, this is my purpose and I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. It's so much deeper than that. Let's read this card, the Power of Purpose, card number 18, which is my date of birth in September. There comes a time when you realize that you are destined for something that is yours and yours alone. The catalyst might be an experience with a special person, a path you choose, or something you feel called to do. You'll discover it's not necessarily what you thought it would be, and has nothing to do with whatever everyone else wants or seems to want. An uncanny conviction takes hold from somewhere deep and true. You feel a sense of power arising from a true sense of self, accompanied by a need for action, a commitment to exploring something, or a purposeful choice. Right now, you're invited to step into a new empowered sense of authentic purpose, bolstered by a healthy dose of self-esteem. You're called to release your old conditioning. This is the old pipes that you sit in. You're called to release that. Release the old conditioning, the old pipes, the old clogs, the old shadow work, the old everything. There's no need to be self-conscious or act a certain way to please others, which can sometimes take you in a direction you don't want to go anyway. The discipline and will to evolve are yours by nature. This process doesn't have to be a struggle. You cannot fail if you immerse yourself fully in what is in front of you now. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. You never have to seek your purpose or wonder what it is. Just keep removing the blocks to your essential self, and your purpose will find you. It's that easy. What a wonderful thing to know. Ears wide open. Card number 33. Let's read that. The world is constantly speaking to us and offering clues about what is really going on beneath the surface of things. We all have the capacity to hear beyond the noise that reaches our ears. The challenge is when we feel misunderstood and unheard, when we feel insignificant. It's easy to over-explain ourselves in an attempt to get acknowledged. Now is the time to let all that go. Offer your attention as the great fit it is. It's time to stop multitasking, checking your phone, thinking of what you're going to say next, and doing all the other things that keep you from connecting fully. Whenever we are in a state of chaos and distraction, paying attention to only some of what is being said, we lose the ability to pick up on everything, including that which is not being said. Deep listening is the way in which we immerse ourselves in the truth of the world. In this way, with ears wide open, we also open our hearts and minds to understand more that what is conveyed through words alone. Opportunities arise from the subtle cues we miss when we are not 100% present. Purposeful, open listening is an act of true respect and intimacy. When you are in this space of receptivity, letting go of the need to be heard or to be right, you become expansive and alert to meaningful potential. Right now, keep your ears wide open and you will find more than you were searching for. So there's something really right now about the listening to what people are saying, listening to what your heart is saying, not telling your emotions how they feel, but listening to what your heart is saying. All of this type of action is going to help you see yourself in a new way, help you see very deeply into yourself. We a lot of times mentally go on a journey to try and self-explain everything we have experienced in this life. We try and go on a journey, and all we do is end up finding more blocks for us to to work through, things to fight against, or things to use our mind towards, when it's really important right now to allow your mind the freedom to have creativity, not based on what it is that you want to, how do I say? Let your mind, your mental body, have the work towards things that are creative, not working towards putting those words on what your emotions are. I really find that in this meditative exercise that I do, which I think I will share with you guys very shortly, in allowing your heart to just be open and not allowing your mind to put words to an emotion or a feeling that you're feeling, unless it's a brand new word, unless it's a brand new way of thinking about that emotion. And I will show you guys how to do that in a meditation that I do. So the next card is Into Me I See. It's absolutely beautiful. A certain precious moment, you're called into a deep and meaningful connection with the world or another person. A magical infinity arises with the kind of intimacy that in turn encourages a greater understanding of yourself. The relationship acts as a mirror, helping you see your own patterns. What it reflects about you can further your own personal evolution. Now is the time to take a risk by connecting with another. Can you see how far you've come? Can you see what is still active within you that needs to change or heal? You will discover more about who you are as you discover more about another, even if you cannot possibly know what it's truly like to be in someone else's shoes. You can listen and learn. This is a magical gift being offered to you right now. This concept applies beyond romantic connection. What do the dynamic in your closest friendships, work relationships, families say about you? Relationships are extraordinary opportunities for healing. When predicated on honesty and caring, they have a great impact on how you contribute to the world. Intimate relationships hold up a mirror of truth and reveal more treasures than you might ever expect. If you can look into it, take a risk and see everything as beautiful, even in its imperfections, imagine how deep you could go. So this is about seeing yourself as beautiful as well, regardless of the clogged pipes energetically that you feel you may have, or you want to dig through or work through. You feel like you're being called to do something. A lot of times we feel like we're being called to do something because it helps us not proceed forward. We don't necessarily know the forward, so what's the best thing to do when you don't know which way to take forward is to practice being in the now. Card number 44, it's about building. There's something about awakening a new genius within, and the divine helping you build a solid foundation and bringing justice to a circumstance or a situation where there's been unjust behavior, well, let's just put it this way. Things that haven't actually, like, why this isn't warranted. Why do we have to do this? Why is this happening in my life? Why is it I have to work through A, B, C, all the way to X, Y, Z? Why exactly do I have to do that? There's some sort of justice that is going to come about by allowing the divine to make the movements forward for you and practicing being in the now. Let's pull a card from Return of Spirit deck by Shirley Harnish. I love this deck. It's beautiful. Let's get some spirit guidance. How is spirit returning to us? What messages do they have for us today, please? Starseed. So a lot of you will recognize yourselves as starseeds. Let me just find the right. Oops. Okay, I have to find it in the other pages, I guess. I have some pages in this book that have fallen out. It's rather frustrating. Okay, I don't think that's correct. 88, and I would need card number 89 next, I believe. 82, 88, 89. Found it. Okay, so star seeds. The loving, benevolent being in this card has come to you today to share his words of encouragement. There are many who feel as though they don't belong here on earth. It can be a tough journey with many experiences and obstacles to overcome. You no longer have to question whether you are supposed to be here or not, or whether you belong. You most absolutely belong here. Your soul has chosen this incarnation for many reasons, and the universe has brought you here for a reason too. Do not doubt the wisdom of it. You are a very sensitive soul connected to the subtle energies that weave and ebb throughout the entire cosmos. You may find that you are acutely affected by the moods or thoughts of others as well. Although at times it may feel like it, this is a gift. It may not feel like it. This is a gift. It is a special part of your makeup and blueprint. Your keen ability to sense and intuit these energies is an aspect of the gift you are here to bring to the planet. You could be any type of healer or teacher, but this largely depends on whether you choose to hide away from the world or to engage in it. At times it may seem easier to just hide away, but that is not what you have come here to do. You carry a high frequency, and through your everyday contact with others, you are sharing it. As you allow yourself to open up to the world around you, you'll find yourself opening to the higher information and energies as well. Usually, star seeds are guided and directed by beings of cosmic galactic nature. This can sometimes mean that it takes more effort and patience when communicating with their guides. The starseed cards ask that you consciously work on developing your connection with your guides, as there is information awaiting you. So there's something about connecting very deeply to what your guides have or, want you to put out there. There's something about writing, maybe the storm. Someone's in the middle of the storm right now. It's very easy at times when you're in the middle of the storm to be in the energy of this is all that will ever happen for me, is the chaos and the storm and the strife. But the divine wants you to know that the eye of the storm is coming soon. You're heading to very, very high vibrational energy. And perhaps the storm isn't necessarily here happening to you or happening even for you. Perhaps it's happening to somebody else and you're on the outside fray of that storm that's happening. And as you're on the outside part of that fray, you can see, because your energy isn't entangled in the storm, you can see with your own vibration how it is you can be of help and of service. That's interesting. All right, so I thought we would do a You Pay, We Play. If you guys are interested, you can go ahead and donate down below. Hit the $sign in the chat. If you don't want to pay that way, you can also pay with a donation link down in the description box below. I thought I would come on at a different time today so that I could give different folks a chance to pipe in if they choose to. Just pulling some cards. I don't usually use these cards, but being that star seeds have come up, it's this deck here, the Syrian Starseed Tarot by Alyssa Bartha. Let's see what this is about. Let's get some messages from Spirit. These cards are huge. They're huge. Like they're as big as my head huge. I don't actually understand why people need to make cards quite so huge, but it is what it is, I suppose. All right, let's get some messages from the Syrian Starseed Tarot. Oh, I just got told to make sure I have them all Okay, good. First one. Oh, I got two here. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. We have transition and the lovers. So there's something where you could be transitioning from one contract into another, or a one contract that you are in could very well be transitioning to a different phase. It's almost like what could have been a work contract is now transitioning into a love situation, or what could have been a love circumstance is now transitioning into a work type of energy. But let's pull some more here. The transition card, I believe, is the death card, and we're just finished or are in the middle of energy for a Scorpio full moon. So there could be a lot of endings or such in ending of cycles for people in relationships or contracts with work. It's almost like I see two emperors in a situation who were trying to build some sort of contract or something up to a certain point of things moving forward, but it was stuck. It's almost like there was a misunderstanding between two higher energies. Now this could be in companies, this could be companies merging. This could also be people in a work scenario who are concerned about their company merging or being taken over by another subsidiary or something. This could also be in love relationship where there's an absolute transition with two people who maybe have been friends for a long time, or perhaps have been in relationship for a long time, and it's like, because this card is transition and it's not the death card, it's like you are transitioning into the lovers. It's kind of like there's a time period needed in order to transition from where you've been to where you're going and moving forward. That's what I'm getting here. Two major arcana. Have you thought of renting a room, Tracy, instead of having an apartment? Oh, I just split the deck and got the Four of Wands. So why is it that you're moving to Baltimore? It almost seems like it could be for work, or just, it's almost, I'm getting the energy like you've just had enough of the old scenario. I got the 10 of crystals and the 3 of chalices. So 10 of crystals is the 10 of pentacles. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's just time for a change. Let's read this transition card for you. Oops, I think we have to go back this way. Reverse keys? No. Not too much. One of the most upsetting keys of the tarot, the transition card, is probably almost the most interpreted, as all too often it stood to mean a physical death. From this ancient transition stems the superstition surrounding the number 13. When are you moving, Tracy? What date are you moving on? When are you moving? May 30th. I want to say that by the 13th of May, all your questions are going to be answered. The Lovers, transition 6. Many of the starseeds who know they've come to share a passage through this physical existence with a twin flame. It seems inherent in human nature that we seek someone, a twin soul, to share the peaks and valleys, the journey through the tunnel of three-dimensional life. Not always does love bring us our twin, but surely there is untold joy in union with another. The innocence of hope that we know at the onset, the passion of desire. The lover's key holds no secret meaning or interpretation. It's about physical love with all its temptations, sensuality, and passions burning hot. It is about etheric love, the sweetness of touching another soul and holding that love in the highest truth, protected and revered. This passage of Starseed's path is the first time of decision is required. Will she commit to another, the taking of a partner, or will she choose to continue and walk a path alone, develop the self of I'm just looking at this as I'm having messages come in for you. It's almost like this new transition that you're making, and I have the Four of Wands. I mean, come on, talk about happy, stable home environments, celebration, something you want to celebrate. Let's get some clarity on these cards for you, Tracy. I'm going to say yes, absolutely, you are going to get the apartment that you need. There may be some sort of confusion, or your intuition may get nudges that where you're trying to move or what you're trying to do. It's almost like it's too hard, but there's a but following this. Let's see what this is about. Four of Wands, tell me about this happy home life, this solid home. It's about solidity. Wow, I got the Justice card. Holy crap. Oh yeah, you're going to have solidity, and the divine is going to bring that in for you with the place in which you live. Why do I say that? Look at this. It's a castle with 4 flames on it. Look at the solid stability in that place in which people live. It's going to be very solid for you. And it's fair and just that it happen. Justice is coming to your broken heart, but this broken heart is your own mind, mentality, and thoughts are stabbing you in the heart. There is going to be new opportunities come your way, and I think it's going to surprise you in how they all come about. That's what I'm getting here. All right, let's get clarity on the Lovers, please. End of a cycle, the Death card again, 3 of Pentacles and the Tower. Yeah, it's going to surprise you in how it all comes about, all right. Wow. Stepping through a portal brings so much change. What's the Tower about here, please? Tracy, have you been in a relationship in the last 13 months? A 3 card. Is turning your back on the past and allowing your ships to come in. I also have the 3 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords here. Hanged Man asking the divine for clarity. What's the Death card about, please? Judgment. This is about karma. There's something about karma for you that's coming in a contract form that's going to bring you a very stable environment. Have you ever, Tracy, given a place for someone to stay or had your home? It's almost like what's coming to you and what's going to come to you now is because of what you have put out in the future, or in the what you've put out in the past is bringing in your karma for the future. Yeah, movement forward, the King of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's going to take great strength to do something that involves I want to say that I feel like there's an energy of there's, it's almost like you can't make sense, head or tails. It's like you're trying to move forward, but it's almost like there's some sort of disconnect you feel about, well, definitely how it's all going to happen. It's like you feel led, absolutely, but there's no knowledge or understanding about how it's going to happen because the divine is in control of it all. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcana amidst 10 cards. That tells me the divine is in control of all of this for you. Man, what clarifies the Death card? Incredible happiness. So this transition, this whole transition that's coming for you is going to bring you incredible joy. You are going to see things so clearly. It's like you have leveled up. It's absolute graduation day for you. And that's why you're being encouraged to move. It's because you've graduated. And when someone says, I'm just tired of the energy, tired of this thing, I need the new, you have to understand the reason you feel that way is because the divine is opening a brand new portal for you to step through to completely change your life, because this is graduation day. This is like you've put in your time where you are. This is going to be beautiful for you, Tracy. I know there's so much unknown, and it's almost like the divine wants it to be that way because there's something about you that's intuitive, very intuitive, and if you knew all the steps forward, I think you'd say no. You'd say no. You'd say nope, 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 because you have preconceived ideas about what needs to be what and how it needs to be. But I'm telling you, it's beautiful. And I want to tell you, and please don't take this the wrong way or anything, but I want to tell you, I'm so proud of you for heeding the call, for accepting the call to move forward. That's beautiful. All right. Zachariah, may I have any advice moving forward? Balance and the transition card again. Look at that. Beautiful. So in Scorpio energy, trying to find a balance between who you are and how you make money. Speaking the truth. It's like balance in all things. You're very welcome, Tracy. So Zachariah, it's like balance in all things. And it's easy for someone to say, but I want you to keep in mind that in order to live a whole life, you have to hop off that very comfortable fence. Having balance isn't about staying on this comfortable fence and in the middle and having balance in everything. Sometimes you have to lose balance and create a little chaos in order to have a further understanding of what balance is. And we don't learn through it's unfortunate, but we don't learn through the easy times per se. A lot of times we learn through the hardest, the most challenging times, and that's where balance is needed. And I would like to say balance in this case, and in your case, Zachariah, is about trust. It's about absolute trust in the divine, that what is in front of you is absolutely meant for you. No questions asked. Divine Sun Child, blessings of the sun flow to you now. It is time to allow your life to flourish without limits, to let your light burn bright without veil, just like a midsummer sun burning without contest in the Egyptian desert. It is your time to shine bright. Chariot of Ascension, Merkaba, a spiritual practice has come or is soon coming to your attention that will help your soul journey. Take your time to develop and practice your chosen spiritual discipline regularly. This will help you grow in power and grace, anchoring the spiritual light within the body of your soul. That's so beautiful. Wow. It's powerful times for you, Zachariah. Let's find out. Let's get an angel card for you. An angel card for you. Messages moving forward. Zachariah, are you moving? I got Archangel Ariel coming for you here. We have new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. So there's something about you stepping into spiritual gifts of your own and utilizing them. It's like putting that energy through. The divine wants you to know that it wouldn't be a bad idea to move. I have my fruit juice here. It's just fruit, frozen fruit, and with some carbonated water. Let's get some tarot for you. Tarot for, whoa, I don't need the whole deck. Just a couple at a time would be awesome, please. Let's see. Why do I feel like you've been thinking about this for quite some time, Zachariah? But I feel like you're fumbling with the whole scenario. Yeah. Am I actually, if I move, going to self-sabotage myself? Or is it about self-sabotage? Can I actually move and pick up and go without looking back all the time? It's like you feel as though you need to get out while the getting's good. Is there a circumstance, or I feel like there is a circumstance or situation that you yourself as well are about done with? Yeah, make the decision and take the leap of faith is what the divine is saying. And it doesn't really matter what you choose as long as you're passionate about it. It's like you have the whole world in the palm of your hand to create what it is you desire. But you've got to take that leap of faith and trust that as you step off the cliff, there's going to be, the divine is going to put a stepping stone there for you to land on. Clarifying the Seven of Swords, we have the Two of Cups. So it tells me that there's a connection or something that you feel lied to about in connection with another. There's your spiritual gifts coming in. Having a direct line with the divine, intuitive out the wazoo, to really use your intuition here, because there's something that is happening around you, or you think may be happening around you, that's not on the up and up, and you're 1000% right about that. It could be involvement in a relationship. Maybe you want to take a leap of faith, but your intuition may be screaming at you. Yeah, look at that. Take a pause. Ask the divine for clarity. Ask the divine for help in order to trust your intuition, because you already know. There's something about already knowing the truth of a scenario. Yeah, graduation day for you too. King of Wands. You can create anything you desire, and it's like you have protection around you. It's like you have protection around you. You have to really trust your intuition. You're not lying to yourself when you get these things. When you get these intuitive nudges, it's not just your thoughts or your imagination. Making the decision to move forward with a contract or a relationship or something, but taking the time to get clarity. Now, I want to let you know that the salamander here with the King of Wands means you shall not burn. There's a salamander here, and it means that you are protected from the fire. And look at this, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Cups, absolute fulfillment and happiness. But there's a whole lot of juggling. It's like you're so tired. There's a new start that's coming up in your feels about it. There could be something surrounding your mom, or what did you say here? Yeah, something surrounding your mom, or energy of a mother figure. Is your mom alive, Zachariah? There's that Magician. Oh, look at that. See why I say mom? Look at this. Up in your feels about a motherly figure, or trying to birth the new and not sure if you have what it takes emotionally. Will you be in some aspect, if you move, kind of leaving your mom behind to a certain extent? And it could be creating a scenario where you wonder if you have what it takes in your feelings, in your emotions, to step away from past. It could even be things that your mom has told you, or that you're very connected to the family here in some sort of way, and in order to graduate and move up onward and move forward, there's almost like the leaving behind of something false. It's like a false pretense, having to take care of others. If I leave and focus on myself, is it actually gonna have am I gonna have balanced emotions throughout it all? Can I handle it? But the divine is definitely trying to level you up. But see, the King of Wands here, he's sitting here looking at graduation day, looking at the portal he could step through and go, well, what do I want to do? It's not like he's, walked through the portal, right? He's sitting there looking at the portal of energy he could step through in graduation day, and the divine creating this energetic space for you to walk through into the new. And it's like, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It would be very hard to just simply focus on you. In fact, I think you feel, being up in your feels about being the one who takes care of everyone, it's like you feel in some sort of way you'd be abandoning them. But in abandoning them, when you feel that way, you're actually abandoning yourself. Because where is self for you? Is there even enough of self? Is there enough of self, you see, in order to carry forward into the new? Do I have what it takes to not be a nurturer and a carer and a fixer for everyone, and actually focus on me? Do I have what it takes to do that and leave the rest behind? But you're self-sabotaging yourself if you do that. Just saying. I think a lot of times you use the energy of, I need to care for people in order to stay stagnant. The Moon card, not knowing what to do. And in some sort of way, the non-movement has created karma for you. That is, it's created some sort of karma for you that is, it's gotten very comfortable. And it's time to step out of. Because the divine says you have everything that you need. The divine is calling you. The divine is calling you even though you can't see the road. Your spirit and your soul knows it. Your spirit, your family foundations, everything that you've grown upon, this is a higher power calling you. It's about maybe putting aside the emotion and thinking things through logically. It's really hard when we have been focused so intently on others to actually put ourselves first, because we get very comfortable and very stagnant in not growing, because we put others first instead of ourselves, and we get very comfortable with that. You're very welcome, Zachariah. Is there anyone else in the room who would like a reading? Please do hit the little like button down there if you can, if you would like to. I'd appreciate that. The next card out we have is the Master of Flames. Look at that, King of Wands, as I was just talking about that guy. Look at the power that he has to create whatever he wants. And there's some sort of familial connection that is supporting you in doing so. You may have some indigenous roots. You may have to face, Zachariah, some heat. And kind of like go through the flames in order to bring this about. But understand that the heat and the flames are actually your friend that take you through transition into the new. That is you. All right. I'm going to pull a card from Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. I love this deck so much. One thing I like about this deck is you don't see a lot of people using it. The Well Watcher, Wisdom, Power of the Divine, card number 7. It came out upright, so it's an ally. The Well Watcher signals the need to go within to contemplate the true source of power in the world, which, he reminds you, is that of the divine. This is a message to let you know that you're being called to the well, and this unseen power will be there and will be yours to align with. The affirmation and prayer will invite the divine to bring miracles and resolution to your life. Thy will be done through me for the highest good of all and for the true manifestations of my purpose. You will know the way forward by the still small voice within. The divine also may answer your call by sending others to help guide you. There's something for you I'm getting about looking at your reflection. It's like you find yourself, so far in this life, you have found yourself in the value of others. How others value you. That's like how you build your self-worth and how you find value for yourself. But there's something about, in doing that, you actually abandon your true soul that is you. It's kind of like something about looking at yourself in the mirror, and some people can't even do that. They cannot even look at themselves in the mirror. It brings about uncomfortability and pain even. So let's pull the Goddess deck here and see what we got. For anyone in the room, we'll see what we got for the Goddess deck here. We have Skuld, the future, moving towards the future, and Fortune. Wow. So in moving toward the future is where you'll find your fortune. If you feel you have been fortunate thus far, I see you can't even imagine what's coming for you. This is beautiful. Let's read a short synopsis of these cards. The future, card number 46. As you set your intentions for the life you desire, the Norse goddess Skuld comes to show you glimpses of your future. You'll experience these magical journey markers as flashes of insight and moments of inspiration, like an echo of something that exists in another dimension. It's fun when things turn out exactly as you predicted, but remember that the essence of your intentions means more than its form. The goddess Skuld, who rules the destiny of gods and men, says remaining true to the moment is your greatest power. Allowing the self to evolve as you go and discover new things today sets a path for destiny to unfold. The power of the present and how you respond to life's potential is the potent, fertile seed of the future. In order to claim the future, you must attend to the now. Even then, nothing is guaranteed and everything is infused with magic. Beautiful. Card number 27, Fortune. When the Hindu goddess Lakshmi comes to visit, she heralds a celebration of your purpose, wisdom, and compassionate prosperity. All your experience and all your skills are rich with meaning and purpose. As a result, you can expect to see evidence of this wealth in the world around you. You have the ability right now to create great success in your life, and what you have to offer has exalted value. The goddess of luck and prosperity says it's time to share your good fortune with others, and she will show you how it multiplies when you apply gratitude, praise, and a commitment to serve. If it's material success you intend, you shall co-create it. That means doing it with spirit or many others. If it's a rich relationship life, you will attract and develop it. You are a magnet for miracles. Nothing is out of reach when the goddess Lakshmi comes calling. Look at that. Holy crap. That's beautiful energy. So whoever's in the room right now and has listened to those, I am telling you, That is beautiful energy, man. That makes me feel amazing because you know what? I'm in the room too, right? It's for me too. That's beautiful. Look at that. We have the King of Cups, temporary self-imposed prison. There's some sort of event that is going to happen in the near future. I would say between the next 7 or 8 days. And it's going to need some sort of decision. It's almost like on the moment spot decision. You've got to be quick about it. And you might want to come at it from an emotional side or an emotional stance. But the divine wants you to understand that you have the upper hand here. You will have everything you need to make this decision, and it will bring absolute victory to you. That is beautiful. It's kind of like in surrendering, you surrender control that your mind has over how your heart feels. And all of a sudden, you manifest an opportunity that comes your way out of the clear blue. It could be through somebody that you have known here and there, or pops around just to say hi on social media, but this is somebody coming actually into your physical existence is what I'm getting. It's almost like you might feel a little defensive about the scenario coming up and like, why do I have to deal with this? But it's actually to bring about a victory for you. It's not a huge deal. It's not huge. It's just a small thing that comes up and you're like, wait a second. Just wait a second. And then there's lack of clarity about how to handle that. But within 4 days from now, you will have that clarity by Sunday for sure. Sunday and Monday next, you will have that clarity. It's got something to do with full moon energy. So look at where Scorpio is in your chart. Or Scorpio is in Capricorn right now. So look at where Capricorn is in your chart. Or Pluto is in your chart. Two of Wands. You've come into your own. New partnerships or contracts continue to move forward. And literally, again, the Six of Wands, victory. Victory, good news is on its way. Public recognition and awards. See, these are the cards I was just going from when I said all of that to you. See? And at the end is the victory card. So you might feel emotional about it, and a temporary, it's like a self-imposed thought process you're not exactly sure how to get out of, but then the divine sends something in quickly, something that you've got to take care of quickly, and you start to realize how powerful you are and that you do have everything it takes. And in that realization in and of itself is a victory, you see. And as these cards were what I was just talking about, and I put them down, I ended up making the decision to move forward to what? Victory. Six of Cups or Six of Wands, victory, good news is on its way. Look at this guy. It's like you've been a warrior fighting a battle for so long, and victory is about to come your way and bring you something absolutely beautiful. And it's because you've come into your own. All of this whole thing about the future and fortune, and you've come into your own, and victory is assured. It's beautiful. Some people could be on the cusp of dealing with their sexuality or who they want to call themselves or what they want to call themselves, what the world would label it. Perhaps there's no labels that are needed, just be you. Life experience, Archangel Shamael, a significant life event, powerful revelation that needs to change. It's time to spread your wings. Look at that. All of this good stuff is coming in a tower moment. It's going to blow your mind. Knight of Wands, a sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. You see what I'm saying? Same cards. Repeating themselves. It's crazy. Look at that. The Six of Pentacles, gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, receiving a loan or paying off debts. You still haven't come to a conclusion on that lost grave scenario? I'm not so sure as to why that kind of surprises me at this point. It's almost like something's been missed. Something's been missed in that circumstance. I know we've discussed that before, Magpie. Well, that was a beautiful reading for people in the room. Yeah, it's gorgeous reading. Okay, Magpie, go ahead and ask your question. Is it about the lost grave? I'm going to pull you a shamanism card. There's something about the Earth Warriors' shamanic blessings, I think, that needs to be heard today or said or something. There we go. Hi, Margaret. Welcome. Okay, so this is for Magpie. Hello, Heidi's Happenings. Welcome. Let's pull you an Earth Warriors card, Magpie, and see what we've got here. Alakoa, Spirit of the Warrior. Well, now I see why you're on such a quest. Goddess, she guards the waters of life. There's something about guarding your emotions here. Looking for yourself in other things or other circumstances and other situations. It's like finding yourself in other circumstances. This whole lost grave thing and the paperwork not to prove it. It's almost like you feel like yourself, you are lost, but everybody tells you you're not. And it's kind of like, give me the paperwork to prove it. That's how it is like in your own life too. 34, which is a 7, a very spiritual journey, Spirit of the Warrior. Let's read that card. Let's read a short synopsis about that card. 34. Though you yearn for peace, you recognize that without truth, genuine peace can never be, even if it triggers an upheaval of transformation. The need to set things right is strong in you. This is the inner drive of the spirit warrior. The compelling soul need to uphold truth, goodness, and justice. You will fight for these things because that is your way, spirit warrior. Trust, see, and feel the positive impact that you are making in the world. You are relentless and the divine is within you. If you feel like there's things you should just let go of, instead of searching for the truth, this is here to tell you that desire to search for the truth and find the truth within you is part of who you are, and not to discount it or to give up in any way. Card number 4. She guards the waters of life. Let's see this one. The ancient guardian mother protects the waters of life and offers her protection and blessings. Her appearance augurs a time of purification and cleansing, leading to enhanced fertility. You are a creator of new consciousness, a generator of positive energy as fuel for constructive outcomes. We need your vitalized being to keep nourishing the human collective with helpful alternatives to mainstream consciousness. You will be protected and supported at the deep level of soul in order to become the creator and custodian of a clean reservoir of consciousness from which souls thirsty for purity, relief, and love can drink. The ancient mother will help you to help her and the many creatures within her care. She will help you to be fearless, inventive with your loving creations of healing consciousness. So there's something about what you're doing in the path of finding the truth out that is helping heal emotions for lifetimes. And then we have a whole clan coming out here to give you a message. It's a clan of the wolf heart. What are the ones who we are the ones we've been waiting for? Card number 14. I hope this resonating for you, Magpie, in some way. You belong to the clan of the whole heart. This is a soul tribe with boundaries beyond bloodlines and geography. It is based on soul connection to love's wisdom and higher truths of Great Spirit. The clan is united through wolf medicine and the heart. These are the qualities of divine feminine that unify, allowing for a palpable experience of oneness that brings power to our collective wisdom and purpose. You have incredible insights, Magpie. Wow, like if you're wondering where you're at or where you're going, or you don't feel like you have the direction forward you need, oh damn, it's coming. I think you've got there's so many questions on your mind, so many questions in your emotions. And in some way, shape or form, it's all right in front of you, but it's like you're being blocked from seeing it until it's time for that to happen. Your ancestors are around you big time. Wow, look at this. What did I say about emotion? Not seeing, not knowing where to go, not knowing what to do, whatever. And we have the King of Cups, the emotional energy. Is this person who stole it a water sign, possibly Pisces, Cancer? We have transformation. We have patience. We have temperance. The divine is working on this and using you to do so. And we have the Emperor. So we have two masculine energies here, three masculine energies here, all led by maternal instincts. Oh, how do we say? Let's just ask the question. Did initials GFT steal it? We have the end of a cycle and start of a new one. The divine is it's graduation day. So this is a yes card. I can't say as you're off track there, but the divine's trying to take you in a new direction. So this focus on whatever that resolution is and the truth, it's almost like it's holding you in a certain pattern. You will be moved in perfect divine timing, whatever this is about. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have indecision. See? For you. Look at that. Brand new opportunity coming your way. But it's kind of like, why are they showing you all of this? And then these cards are telling you to go for what is the truth. Right? Not to let it pass you by. I wonder if focusing on that situation is actually causing too much mental activity. It's like you couldn't even get into your emotions about where you're heading if you tried at this point. That's what I'm getting. But there is new portal of energy the divine's opening up for you to step towards a completely brand new start. So why don't you tell me this, Magpie? Why don't you tell me this? Where do your emotions tell you should start again? Can't even. The only card that flipped over. Queen of Cups. Focus on you. Focus on what you have to give and give it to the fullest. Feeling all up in your feels. Where do your emotions tell you you should go next? Where do your emotions tell you you should start next? What will be true to your heart? What is the truest thing to your heart that you can move through for? Something about creativity. What is this gift that you have in creativity that's been in some way hidden from the world? Wow. I can't even. It's like part of you energetically looks straightforward at life and will tackle it. But when it comes to the feminine energy of emotion, it's like, no, I'm turning my back on that. No. You can't make me do it. So there's part of you that faces the world like this warrior, absolutely. And this goddess that guards the waters of life, it's like there's a coming together of your masculine energy within and the feminine energy within. Magpie, when is your birthday again, please? This could also be mother-father energy for you. Or it could be brand new Two of Cups energy coming for you. The coming together of two, putting in the work, trying to, it's like taking a new path, using a logical approach, but you're not sure whether you should stay single or meld together with somebody to create something. Should I do it alone? Or should I do it together? I think in the near future, you're going to have so many options, you're not going to know what to do. Here's the thing with this card, Seven of Cups. You're looking at all the options, but the option you're not seeing, which is the Eighth Cup, is what you bring to the table. So if you're having a problem making a decision, write down what this option is, what each option is, and then ask yourself, what can I bring to the table in this option? Then ask yourself, what's blocking me in my mind or heart from doing so? And do that with each one. It will really help you make the decision, because see, this person here that's in the black shadow of things is looking at all of these cups as potential and opportunities. But what they're not seeing and looking at is what they bring to the table in these opportunities. What brings the Eight of Cups about is when you also put yourself amidst the opportunities. That's what helps you move away from the confusion. I have the Six of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Lovers, holding back from soul contract, holding back from, I don't know if you'd be able to leave any of this behind anyway, or in any circumstance or situation. You're very welcome. Who was next on the list? Hi, Sarah. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. I messaged you and you didn't respond, so I came on here. I did Zachariah, I did Tracy, and Magpie. Awesome, I guess I'm done for now then. Everybody, welcome Sarah to the room. Oh, I'm glad you're getting videos filmed. Good for you. Never apologize for doing the work. Ever. But I understand it's not really an apology. Look at this. He has passed. Yeah. So we have the coming together of masculine and feminine. Exactly right. So, with this coming together of masculine and feminine, what do you bring? Heidi's happenings, feeling stuck, wonderful, wondering if my life choices have created issues for me. Love, family, and marriage never materialized and wondered what I did wrong. People, including family, have been abusive. Okay, one card for what she's done wrong. Listening to other people's opinions is what you've done wrong, and not putting yourself first. This reminds me about around the water cooler. Two people talking about another person or that person's energy or something tied up in the circumstance. This could also be the master builder about building a new life. It's like you can never get the contract to come together. People view you in some sort of way as higher than them. It's brought you to a type of very heavy burdened energy because the moving forward is very hard to understand. Anything you feel like that you do is a challenging beginning. It's like there's no ease. You've been through a lot of swords energy. You've been through the fireman. Right now it's about getting creative and rising from the ashes. It's like there's conflict within you and stuck energy between your chakras. It's what I was talking to Sarah about, laying new pipes in your life. It's not about having to delve through the past or fix the pipes or fix what's clogged in the system. It's really about laying new pipes. It's not about dealing with the old anymore. It's about laying new pipes. But then the question comes out, well, Halo, how do I do that? How do I lay the new pipes when I don't even know where I'm headed? Can we trust? You don't even know where I'm headed. Let's see. I don't know if I want to hear much about what your sisters think. I would like to know what Magpie thinks. I would like to know what Heidi thinks. I would like to know what people think of themselves. Like, I have recently come to understand I build amazing furniture. I've recently come to understand I'm a phenomenal painter. I have recently come to understand that I am an amazing tarot card reader. I've recently come to understand that I actually have value in this world just simply as I am. And it's not about being any one of those things. It's about being them all. Things are going to start happening for you fast, Heidi, as you move forward. There's communication, but it's still unclear as to which way to go. It's like even if new starts or communication comes in, it's clouded in some sort of self-judgment you have on yourself as to whether I can do that or can't do that. But the divine is saying it doesn't really matter what it is you do or what it is you pick as long as you're passionate about it. So what's going to bring you the most joy? Because joy is the key all of the time, everywhere, all the time, every day. And if you say, well, I don't know what will bring me joy, then it's time to get into joy first. Well, how do I get into joy when I'm feeling like crap? Go take a nap and feel better. Because the reason I say go take a nap, it's like Abraham Hicks teaches. When you go take a nap, you lose the resistance to what the energy that you're in. There's been so much mental processing for you about what's next, about which way to go, and also about what people will think of you as you move forward. But where does the I come into your circumstance, into your situation, Heidi? Where does the I come into it? And that's something you might ask yourself all the time. Well, what about me? What about what I feel? What about what I think? And the divine says, yeah, well, what about you? What is it about you? What about what you think? And you'd sit there, well, I don't know. But yet you're fighting for your rights. Or are you using what are your rights to fight for your limitations? Heidi, go ahead and type I understand if you understood what I just said, because that was very important. You may have to go back and re-listen to it. It's almost like there's a certain amount of protection around you, Heidi, that is all about being protected from the fire, even though those people have been that way or said that. Well, then you've already answered your question about what you need to do. The question is, how do you put yourself first? Because you've gotten very comfortable. It seems like every question or every person I'm talking to today, you're very welcome, Magpie. So in the putting others first and doing for others and being that beautiful energy that does, when you do for others, what gift does that give you? How do you feel about that? Or does it siphon from you? Because your narrative about what's going on is actually what's going on. So if you change your narrative, therefore you change what's happening. I will hear from a lot of people who are givers. Well, no one gives back to me. I give all this time and effort, but where do I sit in the field? Where does anyone care about what I feel or about what I do? And so then you end up feeling depleted because you're in the process of simply giving all of the time. It's kind of like you need to take the word I out of the scenario and out of the situation. And look at any energy that you go to give as you are being a vessel of divine source, and that giving is coming from the divine. It's not coming from you. If you can remove yourself from the giving process in that circumstance, then you actually save your own energy for yourself, and you aren't depleted by other people's taking of the energy. You are just the portal that allows that energy to go through. So for me in giving, I had a very similar circumstance, but then I realized, well, I keep giving. How about I just get okay with the fact that I love giving? Wait a second, why do I love giving? I love giving because it makes me feel freaking amazing. As I tell people all the time, giving is very, very much so selfish. They're like, how can you say giving something is selfish? Because if you give it for how you feel, and you're giving because it makes you feel amazing, then it's purely selfish. And if you're giving even though you know it's going to make you feel like crap, then you're self-punishing yourself. You're punishing yourself. It's like sitting there with the monk sitting there with a ball and chain on a stick, beating himself, right? I'm beating myself into submission. The thing is, why does it's like, my daughter told me one time that I'll never have anything because I give everything away. And I said, well, that's interesting because I always still have more to give, it seems. So you have to really, I guess for you, it would be wise to pinpoint what's the difference between the energy you're giving because it makes you feel good, or the energy you're giving because it's a source-driven action? Are you being a portal of energy for source in your giving, or are you giving looking to get fed back? If you're giving to people who are feeling like they are lacking in order to get fed back, can you see the problem with that? They are lacking and you're giving to them in order to get fed back, then you end up with that lack feeling. You give to somebody who is lacking and you want to be fed in some sort of way that you're giving, you're going to be fed back lack. Whereas if you give to somebody who may be lacking, but you change your narrative about it, I'm giving to this person because it actually induces my energy into being bigger and I feel more amazing, and I'm giving. They're not lacking because of the energy I'm giving. It's like all free flowing from spirit, all free flowing through me. It's not even the me that's giving. I'm being this vessel to give to others. That spirit source is giving. It doesn't actually take from your energy or attack your energy in the process. Yeah. Well, see, that's why you get guilt back. When you give because you feel guilty, because you should give this or you should give that. If I don't give, I feel guilty. You see? You see how it's a chain of cyclical bullshit that we all go through. But when we start to understand, when we change our narrative or our understanding about what giving actually is and how it feeds us or doesn't, then we can have a better understanding of how to decipher, do the mental processing that brings healing, instead of, it's like you give so much, then you do the mental processing about why you feel the way you feel, and then you end up in a loop of swords energy between the 4 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. So the 5 of Swords is manipulation, being manipulated by guilt. The 6 of Swords is wanting to move away from that, just being by yourself. The 7 of Swords is self-sabotage. I'm lying to myself. How can I ever get out of this? And the 8 of Swords is putting you in a temporary prison. And then at night you sit up and you're trying to do the mental processing up this sharp ladder of pain. It's like you're stuck in that swords loop. Yeah, exactly. I also see a loop in your passions between conflict and movement forward and the decision to do so. So there's an energetic loop with what you're passionate about as well, that you keep going around and going around with. Is why you can't move forward. It's the cycle of, there's conflict. So in the 5 of Wands, the 6 of Wands is that in helping in some way short term, it gives me victory. The 7 of Wands is about trying to defend that victory, knowing that you have what it takes to defend yourself. It's like, why would we win a victory, have a victory, and then feel we have to defend the victory we just had? It's insane. And then the 8 of Wands is about things moving forward at a fast pace. Once you feel you have defended yourself or you have the upper hand, you realize that you have the upper hand. And then I have the 10 of Wands here. So there's a 5 of Wands, 8 of Wands loop. And then there's an 8 of Wands, 10 of Wands loop. Wanting to put the burdens down, just not exactly sure, knowing how to do so. I would say the loop that's the hardest is the 2 of Wands to the 5 of Wands, because it's a constant fight or flight energy, making the decision. In the 2 of Wands, the 3 of Wands is about seeing your ships come in or seeing hope. This is so hard because you see hope in the 3 of Wands. The 4 of Wands is all about the celebration because of the hope. And then the 5 of Wands is about the conflict, because we sit there in conflict about what we're passionate about and go straight back down to the 2 of Wands. It's like, should I do this again? The back and forth, around the round. So you go from hope, which is, I have the fight within me to do this. I have hope. And then we have the 5 of Wands, which leads to flight. It's fight or flight energy, which makes it incredibly hard to find any solid or it makes it hard to even understand yourself, to even find the one wand that is in the whole situation. Oh, wow. So, as you end this mental fuckery, look what you are moving into. And taking one simple leap of faith, I don't care what it is, in your day that includes the word I, and you're doing it for the you that is within you, that you are passionate about, you take that leap of faith and the wheel of fortune spins in your favor. It's been a time of karma, but you're coming out of that. We have the 2 of Pentacles. Your karma is due to come to you. There's going to be a lot of juggling things, finances, your divine mission and purpose, holding back somewhat, holding really tight, I guess, possibly to old beliefs about finances, but also hidden emotions and hidden passions within you. Coming to understand those things, and it brings you into new contract. This is beautiful. It's like you're coming into new energy in understanding what the word I actually means for you. That's beautiful. That's your best next step forward. You're very welcome. Heidi, you don't have to be stuck with a nurse. Being a nurse, you don't have to be stuck with it. You can change that. Well, what would I do? Exactly. What would that word I do? Celebrate yourself. You're going to be in indecision for a little while yet, but celebrate yourself. That's the first way to start with the letter I. Zoe, darling, let's find out what's up with Zoe. I started off being the black sheep in the family. I was down, no one helped. Now I've been making a lot of money lately. What do you see in my future regarding family, friendship, relationships? Then I told you, or the I told you. If you started out being the black sheep in the family, and you have lots of money now, how is it you're still not the black sheep in the family? If you are, you see what I'm saying? If you're going to be the black sheep in the family, you might as well own that shit. And if you have been labeled that, then why not own it? And why not continue with it? So why is it now, is it not something you want to do, be the black sheep in the family? Black sheep in the family is someone who steps outside the family box, does their own thing, finds their own way, does their own thing. If you are recognizing yourself as you started out as the black sheep in the family, it seems to me you might like to change that. But in actuality, I think your highest trajectory forward would still be in owning the fact that you are the black sheep of the family. And I think maybe the reason you've gotten to the point you have with money and all that sort of thing is because you've owned it. So why the questions now? You enjoy it, but it's lonely at the top, isn't it? That's the energy I just got. I know, I feel you. It's lonely at the top. It really is. Cheers to it's lonely at the top. I feel you. So what would a black sheep do when they're lonely? What would a black sheep do when they're lonely? Sarah, got any ideas? I got a few ideas. Oh, they could step into their power, but they sure as hell wouldn't be sitting there going, well, what about family now? And what about this? And what about that? They'd be like trajectorying their own path forward. How do we create lack of loneliness? We want to lack in loneliness. Yes, no name. Yes, beautiful. Yes, find some other fellow black sheep. Amen. Amen. It's about owning who you are, owning who you are. Yes, yes. Find other black sheep and go have a black sheeple fucking party. Pardon my language, just saying. Yes, yes, yes. No name. Yes. High five. That was good. Go find some other black sheep. Yeah, and do it in a hurry. I think what you're having an issue with is, wait a second, do I still want to be the black sheep anymore? Do I still want to do that? Because, like, come on now. There's the balance between shadow and light. Get a pet. Yes, what I did. I went and got Freya. I went and got a putty tatters. Oh, she's sleeping. Do you guys want to see my kitty Freya? Some of you already seen her, but she's so precious. Oh my God. She drives me insane, but I love her to pieces. Just being, that is what I want now. I'm a good listener, problem solver. Okay, so maybe you need to start your own channel. There's my pretty. Say hi to other people, Freya. Say hi. Do you want to give them kisses? You give them kisses? Aw, kisses for other people. You're such a good kitty. You have your old boo back. Well, that's cool. I wouldn't mind having a boo. Other than my kitty. Right? Cat naps. I love them too. Hi, Gilly. Welcome. How many people in the room haven't seen my bed yet? Gosh, I made it months ago. How about this? We need to create a group. What do you think, Sarah, for the black sheep? Oh, I like it. If anyone is not signed up to my Patreon, which I've not been doing a lot of lately because there's not a lot of people on there, but if anyone's not signed up on there, Sarah and I are talking about doing some teachings on how to lay new pipes in your life instead of going through and digging through the old ones. We're also talking about, I think we should do a black sheep group. I think it's a beautiful idea. The black sheep who are all lonely at the top. Let's get together and not be lonely. What do you think, one Zoe? Because I much feel very lonely too. And I don't know that I'm at the top, but there's that whole loneliness thing coming in. Strong but very private. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Magpie. Yes, 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 and more yes. I love business too. Dang. Business is lonely though at the top, ain't it? Yeah. I need to find a way to make more money. Let me tell you, I guess I should probably work hard. That may help. Yeah, I know. Can I say? Yeah. You know what we should do, Sarah? We should do the black sheep group and make it a free thing to have like a once a month doomahickey on Patreon, and then do a black sheep intense group, which is a once a week thing. I like that, along with the pipes. I'm going to write that down. This is the thing. See, I have these brilliant ideas and then I don't do it. All right, so black sheep group. And we will do laying pipes teachings. I really would like to get into more of that, that's for sure. I would like to learn new things about business. What I would like to do is to learn, maybe we should do a business check-in. That would be fun. Business check-in? I like that too. Get new business ideas from other people. people that have our other entrepreneur. Oh, we should call it entrepreneur check-in. You go. That's black sheep energy. What do you mean it's gonna fail? Fuck that crap. Entrepreneur check-in. Oh, why is my pen all of a sudden dying on me? Oh, I'm using the wrong one. Well, that helps. That makes more sense. Okay. Well, that's 4 new things, Sarah. You said we need to get busy. Let's get busy. Creativity takes you a very, very long way, let me tell you. And if it's just about coming on camera and sitting here chit-chatting, that's awesome. Because, you know, I like to chit-chat. Imagine that. I like that black sheep group, though. That's freaking brilliant, if I do say so myself. Everybody, make sure you hit the like button, please. That would be awesome. Woohoo! Look at that one, Zoe. Damn. It's a big deal. I think, little Miss One Zoe Black Sheep, you just helped create your next step forward into the new black sheep cycle. I think I should do an ad or something that says, are you the black sheep of the family? We want to hear from you. Come join us over on Patreon. That's interesting, right? GuidingHalo, creating the black sheep group. Yeah, I'm just saying, it's kind of like oxymoronical. I agree with you fully, Sarah. I just saw the 9 of Pentacles in my cards. There's an opportunity. This is a big opportunity. I think it's going to kind of blow minds, because it's like a new way to step into your power. It's like not just a black sheep group or a business group or a laying the pipes group, that sort of thing. I really need people also on my team. Hey, Zoe, how do you feel about being part of the 7 sisters in the GuidingHalo team? How does one Zoe feel about, Zoe, I'd like you to email me, guidinghalo@gmail.com. I know we've talked a few times before about starting a black sheep group. I think that's a brilliant idea. I was just saying, one Zoe, that I think it would be awesome if you had, we're part of the GuidingHalo team here. 7 Sisters is Sarah is one of my also team members, and we could go on Patreon and create a black sheep type group. I think that would be brilliant. So, one Zoe, I'd like you to email me about that. What's coming in May for Gilly Gilbert? Let's find out, shall we? Thank you, Sarah. I was a little off in my own world there for a minute or two. Well, first of all, let's talk about eclipse energy. Gilly, when's your birthday? Is Gilly in the room still? When's your birthday? Awesome. Email me and we'll set that up. Gilly, I get that there's some mental confusion or conflict around a celebration or family stability that may be coming, or something that you may want to celebrate and others don't, so therefore you move away from the conflict, just leaving it behind. But the reality that is underneath the surface is about bringing you in some sort of stability, an opportunity coming in that you very well may say no to. It's like the divine using somebody to bring an opportunity your way, but it's like you can't necessarily see the value. Do you feel like you've been force-fed some information or some thoughts or ideas or people-pleasing bullshit? That's what I feel like. It's something that you really need to turn your back on through this circumstance, because your ships are coming in. But this is all coming to you in the form of a tower moment. It's some instability in the home or a home base, which creates stability in your life. I think the tower moment is how you just didn't even manage to see how many options you had previously. And the death card, no word of a lie. So this is all about Pluto retrograde for you. And leaving the past behind. It's like Pluto retrograde is going to stop the manipulation. It's going to help you move forward. It's going to help you realize your own value. But there's some sort of need to get creative and something you absolutely need to walk away from. Now, I just asked, what is the new that's coming in for you? It's going to surprise you. But this is communication of an emotional nature that it will bless any soul. There's like a surprise in the midst of it. Could be a new love offer. Could be a new something that's going to make you emotional. Could even be an apology. And it has to do with the divine bringing something to you that's meant to be yours. And with the Ace of Wands here, I would have to say it's something you're very passionate about. Is there some sort of situation with your mom? It's almost like I just got the picture of an elderly person or something that you view as motherly being put in a home. Or something about a legacy financially, a will, something. I'm going to say, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this, Gilly, May is going to bring you some changes. And I believe the divine's asking you not to fight them. It's not going to be easy not to fight them. But look at the end result as the Ten of Pentacles. That is like a beautiful gift of money and finances from the divine. And I think there may be someone who's a little less than impressed about that. Gift of time, money, or effort. New communication coming in that helps you bring a solid foundation financially. It's almost like at times, Gilly, I want to say you feel like spirits left you. Like why have I been forgotten? There's some sort of energy here that you feel like you've been forgotten. Wow, this is beautiful. Look at this energy. Justice coming your way because something's been unjust. You need to embrace your passions and your psychic insights, because a brand new opportunity, brand new home, brand new job, brand new life, brand new you is coming to the table. And it's absolutely just that this happened. It's something to do with the karma, the things that you have sown in the past, are going to bring forward the beauty and karma that's yours. But the divine has got to get you out of an old cycle or out of an old way of thinking, an old way of seeing. There's third eye opening happening for you. You could have earaches or head pressure, like sinus headaches. I call it the halo headache. Stems from here and goes around your head like a halo. Pressure in your ears, buzzing, noise, ticking, all bunch of stuff, but it's because your third eye is awakening. I'm getting that it's the last thing in the chakras or in the karmic cycle you've been in that needs to happen so that you can move freely forward. Yeah. I'm not so sure if there's going to be a change in the home, I can tell you that much. So I'm not so sure if one of your parents is going to have something happen where they need to be in a home or something. It's not like they're going to die per se, but their health may spiral somewhat, and therefore you wouldn't be able to necessarily take care of them in the home anymore, because there's only so much one person can do. When a person is not able to move or feed themselves or all that sort of stuff, they need full-time care, and it's almost like the divine is going to do this to give you a life. It's like you have sown some very good seeds, and the divine is trying to call you into a new life purpose. But this whole home situation thing needs to end in order for that to happen. I don't know if one of your parents is a Scorpio or Libra. Taurus. Scorpio, Libra, Taurus, very strongly here. Fire sign. Anyway, there's some changes that are going to come in the home for you, and they're not going to be easy changes. They're going to be hard because it means a loss to some extent, but it's necessary. And I want to say, I believe telling you this before. I think Gilly and Heidi's happenings need to chit chat, and that way that they can support each other through these journeys they're on. It's all about finding like-minded tribe members, people who understand where you're at, what you've been through, and in doing so, you end up having this group of people that you can check in with, and it's so important to do so. Doesn't everybody go to Sedona for spiritual reasons? Yes, they do. The energy is different. I believe you're going to have some sort of healing in Sedona, Gilly. I just got that. What is the divine going to do for you in Sedona? Tell me. I'm going to pull you an Egyptian card. Flower of life. You are entering a fertile period of your life, Gilly. You are guided to think of yourself as a creative being and to surrender your control over how things will manifest and instead allow them to do so. Don't resist change. Instead, go with the flow and let it happen. Now is the time for your blossoming. Abundance of Sothis. Abundance in many forms is increasing in flow to you. Continue your good work of building channels through which abundance can be delivered to you. Freely share your talents, love, wisdom, and self, and enjoy the abundance responsively flowing to you in many forms over and over again. This is also for you, Heidi. I just got told that as well. Beloved spirit of Isis, beloved initiate, there are times to surrender and let go, but there are never times to give up. Persist with your bold faith and impossible happens. Isis has the spirit of triumph and will never fail in her quest. No matter how bold or impossible it may seem, let her inspire you. All you need to do is believe. Wow, that's beautiful. So going to Sedona is going to bring some sort of healing to your heart, healing to your heart, and like I want to say that, oh, Gilly, would you do me a favor and email me? I need to talk to you about I'm going to do this meditation in the next couple of days. Yeah, Spirit's definitely happy. And it's about how to not put your thoughts to your emotions. Not use your mind to describe your emotions. Why I'm saying this is because in Sedona, you're going to have a heart chakra opening and your emotions are going to flow. And the divine doesn't want you to use your mind and reason your emotions into all of these boxes that our mind likes to put things in. Thursday at noon, I shall do that meditation. Thursday at noon, my time. So that's Mountain Time, Canada. Meditation for I don't know what you'd call it. Meditation for heart-centered focus. I just got this for Gilly. No good thing will be withheld. It's blessings of Kumu. So all good is going to come to you. I feel that this cycle with your parents needs to come to an end. And you've been feeling that for a while. Something about your heart chakra opened, but this trip is about allowing your galactic heart to step through. So there's a difference in your own heart here, physical you being on the planet, and there's the galactic heart space, which is how higher forces are leading you toward. Well, I'm telling you, you're going to have an awakening like any other. That's the best way I can explain it. Guardian of the awakening. Yep, definitely. Awakening like unlike any other. Let's pull you Language of Light Oracle card here. What did I just said? Enlightenment. This is such a beautiful card. Let's read it. Card number 43, which is 7, spiritual journeys. Spirit's leading you in so many ways. Are you keeping up with your life and all that you want to create, or are you holding yourself back with what ifs or buts? You limit your life through your beliefs. Everything you say and everything you do becomes true for you and is the platform on which you build your life. The playing field of life is unlimited and loving. You are an unlimited, loving, and wondrous part of creation. You are perfect right here, right now. You are different and therefore think differently. To last week, last year, last decade, and yet you will always be you. What you are observing in your view, it is neither right nor wrong, but a way to become clearer about what you like and don't like, so you can choose what to focus upon. The events and experiences of your life will grow in meaning as your consciousness expands. Learn to focus and dance in time with the energy and speed of your desires, and they will arrive easily in surprising and satisfying ways. It's the star Tehidron at the center of this image is also known as Merkaba, or vehicle of light. It is made up of 2 Tehidrons spinning in opposite directions. One points upward and presents the masculine, one points downward, presents the feminine. It is symbolic of travel through space, time, or dimensions to your higher self and beyond. Wow, that's a big deal. Thank you, Magpie. Let's find out. Thank you so much. Divine, when will all of this come to fruition? Oh, I just got told to use my cat deck. So I shall do. You're very welcome, Gilly. So I have Justice card, which is all about divine timing and kind of like opening Pandora's box. Then I have the King of Wands, but it almost seems like there's energy of there's so much that you want to do in the world and so many places you want to go, but it's almost like the laying there and looking at the flame is like, well, yeah, but I got this image or messages for you before about it's like you're expecting a certain amount for your home or something, and I think you've had some offers on your home that you have rejected. It's like a heavy burden you need to put down. It's like, yeah. And then I got the Two of Cups coming into union with the new. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. Wow, ending massive cycle. I'm going to say it's going to be within the next 10 months. And I know that's different than I have said before. And then I pulled the High Priestess. Wow. And the Eight of Cups, walking away from the confusion emotionally. There's something about, I think you may get an offer around eclipse season for the house that you may very well not want but to accept, but there's something about your freedom here that is becoming more important to you than perhaps the equation financially. It's almost like you're getting to the point that your freedom, yes, there's a certain amount you want for the house, but it's like your freedom to move in a new cycle means more to you. And I got the Emperor taking control of the situation. It's like you can have what it is you desire, but we put so many standards on, well, it has to be this much money, it has to be this, or it has to be this, or it has to be that. And sometimes we end up holding ourselves firmly in that box until we get to a place of, oh my God, fine, I just need to move the hell on out of here. But taking control of the situation, you're absolutely being led with this whole energy. And I've talked to someone previously about their house and selling their house, and they put it up for sale and they get an offer or two and then take it down and decided they were going to stay there. And then they put it up again for sale and decide they weren't staying, and then get an offer or two and decided they were going to stay there. So with the indecision energy, it's kind of like this energy of needing to take control of what's most important to you. Your mental health, your emotional health. 9 of Cups, a wish granted coming through. So as you take control of a situation, and the 10 of Cups, it brings about wish fulfillment. Man, there's so much emotion based around finances here for you. It's not even funny. And it will end the cycle, I'm going to say, in the next 10 months. For sure. And the Emperor, that's Aries energy. We're just at the end of April. We're just moved into Taurus energy. So someone's being very stubborn, I want to say, about what they want or what they get for the place or or whatever. That's what I'm getting. There's something that happened for you, Magpie, I want to say, in Pisces season. That's February 22nd-ish to March 20 something-ish. And it's almost like an inner knowing that in some way you'd have to walk away from an ideal or something about the money that's coming in for this house. The Tower, the World card, the Page of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. So this is all about your internal knowing. I have 4 cards with owls on them. Know the truth because you can. And then we have the Queen of Wands, wanting to create and move forward, but there's some sort of cycle needs to be let go of, or maybe even control needs to be let go of as to how the divine wants to do this. And then I have the Knight of Swords here. This is a communication, Magpie, interestingly. And I got the Ace of Cups and the 2 of Cups. So yeah, I would say within the next 10 months. But I think you're going to have to give up your idea of what control is and how much you get for the house. It's almost like what's most important to you. Like, I understand you need a certain amount of money for paying this and paying that, but there's something about what's more important to you. Your emotional stability, being able to move on, or getting the money. And if the certain amount of money, and if you're very hell-bent on that certain amount of money or what that needs to look like, then chances are you're going to spend many more cycles in that house. And I got the World card again. It's connected to another one, the Page of Cups. So an opportunity that may seem like stupid to even take, the portal of energy is open for you, and you can step through it when you choose. There's some sort of comfort about that house. The Ace of Cups and Queen of Wands, as I say, there's some sort of comfort about that house. It's almost like intentionally making it harder, or making the rules more concise or predominant, so that it's almost like if you don't make it a certain way and someone doesn't accept it the certain way you want them to buy it, or the amount of money or the whatever for the sale, it's almost like then you won't know it's divinely led. It's like that needs to be, my house needs to be bought for this a certain amount. Because if it's not, there's some sort of divine energy you've put around, or intention you've set around the house selling a certain way or situation, so that you know that it's divinely led. I mean, this is intense. Like the energy I get's intense. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of frustration. There's stubbornness. There's like someone sticking their heels in the ground. There's like lack of trust. There's the Hermit sitting there looking out the window of her house. You're doing it because you feel it's a wise move. And then I get the Five of Cups. The problem with that is, how long will you regret spending that time in the house without accepting the offers that come your way? So there's some soul work to do here. King of Cups, soul work. Emotional balance needs to be found. So I would say by 10 months from now, when I get the Sun card, clarity will come. There's emotional balance that needs to be found. It's like too many rules, regulations, restrictions, all of that sort of stuff put on the sale of a house, and therefore whoever is going to buy the house, it's almost like it's too much to, they're gonna dicker. They want to be able to get a good price or whatever they feel, but at the same time you're like, it's like, I'm selling my house, but you have to get through all my hoops, man. Oops, knocking everything over. You have to get through all my hoops before I let you buy my house. And in which case the divine says, well, do you really want to sell your house? And I know I've been getting that energy for you for quite some time, and I know we've had a private conversation about that not necessarily being true, but it seems to be the message that keeps coming up in this situation. Like, how badly do you want out? And then it leaves you in this energy, the cyclical energy of trying to figure out what's the best course of action to take moving forward. Yeah, it's cyclical. It's like a cycle you always end up going through. You see, so there's a very big connection to the house, right? Ten of Pentacles. I'm not selling my house because it's a peaceful place and I love being here. I know I need the money, but you don't really want to leave anyway. It's like you do and you don't. You do and you don't. You do and you don't. Back and forth around the wheel we go. You do and you don't. Whoa, crap. Man. Oh, look at that. I just split the deck and I got the Sun card again. So I believe something's going to happen in Leo season that's going to make you incredibly happy. Yeah, a gift of time, money, or effort. You may make some sort of decision. and the Empress, Queen of Pentacles. So I'd say between Leo season and, well, 10 months from now. The question is, can you trust the divine to bring you the finances you need to stay in the house, if that's what you want to do? Or are you going to sell the house and have the money that you need and then leave your peaceful place? That's the problem. So it's not even so much a problem of selling the house. It's about your trust in the divine to be able to keep up the house, or have the money you need to live there, or whichever. I think it's a love-hate relationship. You love the water, you love the house, you love the this, but at the same time, I mean, reality's reality, Halo, come on. So yeah, I get it, but it's like a double-edged sword. Even the sale of the house is a double-edged sword. Even the thought of selling the house is a double-edged sword for you. So it's a very hard thing. My nasals are congested, so I use one of these Vicks thingies. They're awesome. You have a friendship with this house in some sort of way. That's why it's so deep. It's almost like you bonded with your house as a kindred spirit for you, a safe haven, a place to hold you. And friendship, beauty, and justice. The justice would be being able to allow yourself to move forward. I've got letting go, wisdom, and fertility to create the new, but there's so much like conflict, inner conflict. And then the last card for you is success. So hit the nail on the head. The question is, even though it's a beautiful house and you love the house and you love the place it's in and all of that sort of thing, you know there's more out there. Are you going to fly free? Because in some sort of way, even though it's beautiful and it's your safe place, it's also caging you. I think it's time to really decide what it is you want. Yeah, I think so too. You just want harmony, but you'll get there. It may take some time, but you'll get there in some way, shape, or form. I'll be back in a short minute to take Mariana's reading. I keep hitting the table with my handles on my chair. I should take them off. Okay, Sarah. Talk to you later. Does anyone else in the room want a reading, or shall I just head off for now? I've been on for 2.5 hours, I think. I don't know how it says magpie is hidden. I didn't try to do that. Well, thank you, Heidi. I appreciate that very much. I'm not exactly sure how I'm amazing, but I'll accept it fully with open arms. I may come on tomorrow after I've had a massage and chiropractor appointment. And yeah. I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'll probably be on tomorrow around 2 if I come on, Mountain Time Canada. I love you guys. I just hope in some way it's helped, and just know you're not alone. Okay? Know that there's so much love for all you here. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.